How much money
God.
to put Fred Durst's tongue in your mouth?
For like just one of us?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't want to touch him, so I don't know.
Even you could live the good life. But,
At what cost?
Is he paying? Is it coming from his pocket? Is it
but
coming
you may
from his?
feel a little thirsty.
From
Hang
his
on.
actual bank account.
Hang on. How much is Fred Durst worth?
Not some other company. I want it to come out of his bank account.
All right, let's see how much he's worth. He's worth $20 million. I will take $15 million, Fred Durst.
To make out with Fred Durst.
I'll take
out of his
$15 million. I will go quietly into the sunset and live my life for
forever.
Like,
I'll never talk
what?
about it again.
Yeah.
like 5 minutes of tongue in Fred Durst.
I think it'd be 5
Durst?
minutes.
Well,
That's a
you
long
didn't say
time.
how long it
I
was
didn't say his tongue in your mouth. I didn't say like you're really a lot. You're stretching this out.
I figured it was $15 million. I might as well give him 5 minutes.
Like, there's gonna be tongue involved,
don't
AJ. You just have to get over this, okay?
You don't
Think
do
about
favors
it.
for the Durst.
Don't think about it as how much would I accept. Think about it as how much am I worth. I'm worth $15 million for 5 minutes.
I agree.
It is Monday, and it's a Minisode. We're back with Minisodes. We took a little hiatus on the Minisode last week because, you know, we did our special live show.
It was so fun.
It was.
And people showed up and they were talking to us. It was so cool.
It was really, really good. It was a lot of fun. So if you guys have not, if you're not listening to the live show, you know, it's on all of the typical podcast platforms. But if you would like to see us in full fucking frontal facials, these are not the words that I'm choosing to use, but they're coming out of my mouth.
Frontal.
If you want to see our faces,
Remember when I went into too much detail?
you can go. Yeah, but your detail was like
we're on YouTube,
Fred Durst.
full frontal. Let's go.
Oh,
So yeah, you
Don't
can go
tell
to
I'm still
YouTube.
up.
youtube.com/everyonesuckshere. Oh shit, that reminds me. Okay, immediately after we stop recording, I have news for you, Sushi. It's big, and I don't want to say it just right now.
Oh my God, what a fucking tease, AJ.
I know.
I hate this
I
shit when
can't-
he does this.
I can't say it because you'll be ready for the next one, but like I have to say it when we're not recording. Because yeah.
Are you going to say it on the podcast next week?
No,
Wednesday?
I don't think so. We'll find out.
Are you gonna cut this out?
Wow,
Well,
viewers,
no.
yell at AJ.
We'll
Listen to what
discuss.
he's doing to you. Listen to how he treats you.
We'll discuss here collectively
My
as a
God.
triple unit if we're
Oh,
gonna discuss
I know what he's talking
it.
about.
Yeah, so we'll decide.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's good news though, but it's big news, but it's good news.
Okay.
So all right. Anyway,
Is it full frontal on YouTube?
Yes.
it
Okay.
might be.
AJ's gonna go
I'm
full
in.
frontal on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay.
So you guys can check that out.
He's already gone full frontal on Twitter. You should check his Twitter out.
That's true. That's true.
Like 3 times
That's
now.
actually true.
Three or four times.
Like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times.
I don't fucking know. Anyway, so
AJ loves being naked for an audience.
wow.
Can I just say, I thought the funniest thing in the world was AJ doesn't really participate in Instagram, but one time he looked at me and he was like, "Oh, I got a comment," and then it was just some dude who was like, "Oh, this dude works out," and then like this dude had literally left like 3 or 4 comments, and he went to his.
He
went
liked
to
every fucking one of my video or every single one of my
shirtless images. And he was like, "Oh
How does that
yeah,
make you feel, AJ?
he works
Empowered?
out."
Emboldened?
I understand what it's like to be you guys.
That's just when I have my shoulders out. They're like,
Yeah. Sometimes I wear a parka and they're like,
yeah.
"Oh,
They're like,
look at her
I
nose.
can tell there's a figure under there.
look at her nose. It's so like nose
So
shaped."
voluptuous. Look at that bra strap. Mm.
God.
Oh my god, what a tease. She's showing her
tease.
she's showing me her bra strap.
Her in that slutty knit cap.
Oh. So it's hot. It's hot as fuck.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to think. So if we trail off into the distance,
Yeah.
please forgive us. There is a heat wave going on everywhere.
For those of you not in the know, if you are in the Pacific Northwest, you know.
Oh,
It
you
is
hella know.
115 degrees. And the thing is, the crazy thing about this weather is, first of all, I can honestly say this is the hottest temperature I've ever lived in my life. like that I've been in. You know, like I've been in 100-degree weather, but never like 115.
And you're not somewhere that normally gets that hot, so the infrastructure isn't built for that.
Yeah,
We got a goddamn rainforest up here.
So like,
it's
it's
and
just,
all that humidity like traps in more of the heat, right?
well, it's not. That's the thing. It's not. It's like a dry heat.
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
very dry,
There's no humidity. So like,
it's not like you're in Phoenix or something where it's built for that. It's bad. It's really bad.
The thing is, too, like as we were like preparing for these hot days, every day it managed to get worse. Originally, it was like, oh, it's gonna be 103 on Sunday, and then it was like, oh, it's gonna be 106, and then a day later, oh shit, it's 109, and then 2 days later, why is it going up? It's 115. Like every day, it just kept getting higher and higher. Yeah. And then Monday tagged along. On Monday was like, you know what? Let me do that too. 115.
Monday was like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I want to come. I want to come.
Jesus.
Are we getting Taco Bell?
Yeah.
A burrito.
Nothing says I want a really hot burrito from Taco Bell like it being 118 degrees outside.
God. Nothing fucking tastes good when it's this hot.
So I actually read that right now Portland is hotter than 98.9% of the rest of the fucking world. The only thing comparable is literally the Sahara Desert.
Shit.
And fucking Iraq.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we are at desert level, not even the fun desert like Las Vegas. We're at desert level fucking.
It's just every summer it's always a new adventure, you know, like we're just now starting the fire season.
So needless to say, I put my foot down and I said, AC now.
Yeah.
So we drove.
For you.
We drove for 3 hours because they're all sold out everywhere. But I found one, and we drove for 3 fucking hours and then got it. Got it installed. That was a whole adventure. And now we're living the cool life. We're living the cool life.
Oh my god, the dogs are so happy.
Oh,
ever since we turned it on, they've both been sitting on the part of the couch that gets the air the most.
Like
and they
legs
just,
spread open. Fucking shooting up their asshole like, yeah. Give me that AC.
Hello?
Get AC blasted.
Yeah.
They're just so happy. And I don't know. So I'm assuming that this apartment has like massively good insulation because of the winters. That's the only thing I can think of. Because like before this before the AC got installed, like it was like in the 90s, but we'd walk into the apartment from walking the dogs and it'd be like fucking 10 degrees hotter.
It's always hotter in the apartment than outside. Yeah. So when it was like if we didn't have this AC, 115 outside would be like fucking 125 in here. It's like easily. It's unbearable. Like it's true. Like there was literally a day when it was 98 and we stepped outside and it's like, oh my god, it's cooler outside. Like it's like insane how bad it is here. Just with this apartment, but yeah. So that's our fun little update. What's going? You got anything? How's the heat out there? You got your?
It's a regular hot. Let me check the temps right now. It's summertime hot.
Summertime hot.
Yeah. It's 88 right now, which is hot, but like I'll be okay.
Think about this. We could drop 25 degrees right now and still be hotter than you. Ugh. Isn't that insane?
That is insane. That's
insane. Like,
and you're in an area that's not supposed to get that hot, so it's just very weird.
Yeah.
I was promised rain. Where the fuck is the rain?
Right. Yeah.
Where are the clouds? God damn it.
In the winter, it got oddly cold too, right?
Yeah, it snowed when it normally doesn't snow. It normally rains.
Yeah, global warming definitely is not a thing.
Yeah. So speaking of global warming, we have this is not a transition, but
it's global warming.
It's global warming. Did you guys know that we have a now community hub that we unveiled on our 50th episode? So you guys can check that out at gilded.gg/everyone sucks here. It is right. We have a full-on community hub open to the public that everybody can join and hang out and chat in.
We have so many friends in there right now.
Yeah, we've already got people joining. You can talk, chatting. You can submit your stories in there. Obviously, you can still submit them at contact@everyonesuckshit.com if email is your preferred method. But like, you can talk about the stories. You can talk about the episodes. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want. You can share stuff. It's all there. So, probably
super fun. It's a great new platform. I like it.
Yeah. So definitely check us out there. We are there, so you can get a little dose of us off the podcast. A little tantalizing drip. I guess I should probably go ahead and start these stories, though, since it's this minisode here. All right. I've got... I didn't even read this. I just saw the title, and it's good enough for me.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for asking my neighbors to keep their kids inside at a certain time?
Right off the bat, no.
No. Keep them hidden.
Highly agree.
The title is a bit confusing.
No, it's
but
not.
The situation is simple.
Seems clear to me.
I, 35 female. Sushie, did you write this? This is Sushie.
It does sound kind of familiar.
Yep.
It's hitting all the right notes right now.
Yeah. Maybe I wanted advice from you anonymously.
I, 35 me male.
Is that the new, is that the new grandma me-mail?
Me-mail? Me-mail.
I definitely wrote this.
I, 35 male, work diligently on my makeup company. No, I just... I added that one in. I just want to see I want to see the classic Sushie head turn.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. Did I write this on Benadryl?
Okay, here's how you go know it's not Sushie. I, 35 female, just moved with my husband, 43 male. And our dog, who is a pit bull mix and who has never had an actual yard to play in. We got him when we still lived in an apartment, and needless to say, he's having the time of his life out there. The problem is, we have neighbors, a husband and a wife with 4 kids, all of whom are quite young, and our dog barks incessantly whenever they're in the yard at the same time. I talked to my husband and decided to ask the parents if they could prevent the children from going outside at certain times that our dog was out there, but the wife told me that was ridiculous and that I shouldn't expect them to keep their kids inside because our dog isn't trained. That set me off, and I snapped at him and told him that was uncalled for and that he had to compromise a little bit.
Wait, I thought they were talking to the fucking wife.
I don't know, that's just how it's written. But the husband stepped in, so yeah, probably supposed to be she's here, but she wrote a bunch of he's. And said that he understands the predicament and that his wife is right, that I shouldn't expect them to bend backward just because our dog isn't trained, and then they shut the door. I want to say I'm not the asshole, but I'm feeling conflicted. Am I? You are a fucking dumbass.
Oh my god. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think they're I mean, I think they are the asshole.
So, yeah, like, I get it that the dog has never had a yard. So, this is a new experience for the dog, and the dog obviously needs to be trained because, like, let's face it. How many dog owners do we know that have yards that just let their dog go in and out all the time whenever the fuck they want? Like, how are they supposed to know when the kids are going to be... like, be able to go out there? Like, they're just gonna let the fucking kids run around, and or they're gonna let the dog run around and the kids are just like patiently waiting at the door, like waiting to go outside.
This comment literally nails it, saying, imagine trying to train your entire neighborhood instead of your spoiled dog. Like, literally, like, it's not hard. You either train your dog or you just build a fence. You got a house. Just
it sounds like they have a fence. It sounds what needs to happen is this dog needs to be what is it called? Like bark trained,
probably.
I mean, we don't know if they've got
or socialized.
Yeah, we don't know if they got a fence though, because they could just have a stake. They could have,
like even the thought coming up into your brain and it coming out of your mouth of trying to tell someone what to do in their own yard.
Yeah,
is wild to me.
Imagine being 35 years old and thinking that you can just tell people what to do in
their own property.
in the property that they own.
Right. Imagine.
The the absolute like levels of entitlement.
Did they ever respond?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Info. Have you ever tried taking your dog in for training? How long have you lived in the new place? It's a big change in environment for the doggo going from an apartment to a house of the yard.
Yeah.
And they say, no, we've never felt the need to. A few weeks, if that. So you've been there for a few weeks and you're already making trouble, and you're over here like saying we don't need to train our dog.
You're new in the neighborhood. How about fuck off?
This other person says, I mean, quick question. Is it basically a shared backyard that has like no fence and other homes are next to you? Also, they're right. You can't just ask them to keep their kids inside at certain times because the dog is not trained. Train the dog, not to bark. And they said they're basically your typical suburban houses. There's a fence back there.
Okay, so they have a fence.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, which I love the fact that they have a fence. And also that like they keep dodging everyone who says to train the dog. Like they're one of those people, they only comment or they only reply to like the first half of someone's comment, but they don't reply to the actual meat of it.
These owners right here are the reason why pit bulls have a bad reputation.
Yes.
Yep.
Because you are not doing that dog any fucking service by not training it and then asking for these ridiculous fucking requests of your neighbors.
Other people.
Let me tell you, those neighbors with 4 kids have already told the rest of the fucking neighborhood that the crazy pit next door is gonna fucking go crazy and attack their kids.
Yeah.
Fucking train the dog not to bark. And don't ask your neighbors stupid shit.
Yeah.
Don't talk to your neighbors.
Talk to your neighbors.
Here's the thing too. Like I don't even like if a dog is outside unless it becomes really truly incessant, like really bad. If a dog's outside barking, I don't really give a shit. They're outside, they can bark, it doesn't fucking matter. Now, if it becomes a constant issue or the neighbors are complaining, then you should definitely do something. But the funny thing is, it's like they're annoyed at their own dog for barking.
It seems like they're the one that's annoyed, not necessarily the neighbors.
Yeah,
right?
like that's what exactly. They're annoyed that their dog is barking, not even the fucking neighbors saying anything. Like imagine your dog barking and you tell your neighbors to fix the problem. Like what?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Like,
and because this is a dog that hasn't experienced a backyard before, it's too early to tell that it may be overstimulating for them right now. They may get over it.
Yeah.
Because it is a whole situation that they're not used to. They're not used to like being able to be on their own, probably in an outside situation. They're not used to it. So, but maybe when they get used to it, they won't bark anymore.
Yeah.
As much.
So that was mine. That was mine.
Wow.
Yeah. I do have a little misconnection here before I get into my final story.
Okay.
And I just thought the ending of this is literally why I picked it. This is from Manchester, Tennessee. And it's the Manchester Jiffy Burger. It's the title of it.
Is that a Jiffy Lube with a burger in it?
Yeah. You get your oil changed and they'll give you some meat while you wait.
Oh, God.
I never want to say you'll give me.
Don't get me to change my oil. Customer.
You were seated at the next booth over and we faced each other, made tons of eye contact as you left. You winked at me. I'm here until Thursday after July 4th. You're at the Jiffy Burger until July 4th? Like, just, I'll be waiting at this Jiffy Burger in this booth. Like, I get it. I can't imagine making... First of all, at what point did eye contact become creepy?
At the first sight.
And second of all, like, it's... You're making tons of eye contact, but, like... She didn't wink at you. There's no fucking way.
She was probably like, why the fuck are you staring at me?
Yeah, she didn't wink at you. And then she definitely didn't wink at you and then get up and walk away. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to just walk by and shake my ass and he'll write a story about me.
Oh,
like, that's not going to happen. Like,
didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Didn't happen. So he's still there and waiting, though. It's not July 4th yet, so.
Does he live there? Like,
apparently not.
That? Why is he there for so long?
I mean, it's the Manchester Jiffy Burger. They're popping. They bumping.
Oh.
So, all right, I got an Ask Reddit here.
Okay.
It's gonna bring us all down.
Oh. I'm glad you ended it with it.
I wasn't thinking about it being my minisode, and originally I was thinking like, oh, we'll do this, and then like we'll have like someone else bring us up. But then I I forgot it was my minisode. So here
It's
we
your
are.
show.
It's your show.
And
It's
you're
the
just bringing
AJ
it
show.
down.
So-
Cool.
Time to get depressed.
This one's literally the story is, what celebrity death hit you the hardest?
God, AJ.
I thought it'd be fun to talk about, like in the sense of like I'm normally not bothered by celebrity deaths. Like not that I'm not like, oh, that's a shame, like that kind of sucks. Like oh damn, but there actually was one that genuinely bothered me, and that was Robin Williams.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say that. Yeah.
Like
Same.
out of like there's a lot of like, there was somebody who I feel like passed recently, and I was kind of like, damn, that really sucks, and I can't remember who it was. We were just talking about it the other day, but like Robin Williams was definitely one of the celebrity deaths that, because it was so just out of nowhere, just complete fucking. There was no, he wasn't sick, it's just an unfortunate situation, just a fight with depression. But like, that was definitely one of the deaths that hit me the hardest, and I think it was this weird thing too, because like, how when you're a kid, and you do this as an adult too, but it's like extra like strong as a kid. You relate things to each other, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's like the thing of like you hear a song and now it makes you think of a memory sort of deal, right? So like in that regard, I used to watch a lot of Robin Williams movies with my family, specifically with my dad.
Yeah.
And my dad would like he could always like kind of mimic or do a lot of like the Robin Williams things. So like it was like this weird like attributing like the Robin Williams stuff to my dad in some way.
Yeah.
So somehow that like loss like bothered me more than like the other celebrity deaths. But yeah, I just thought that was definitely one of the ones that got me. I see a lot of people in this thread saying Mr. Rogers, which I mean,
Mr. Rogers didn't do it for me.
I
But I couldn't understand.
I could understand why, but I didn't watch Mr. Rogers really.
I hated Mr. Rogers when I was a kid. He creeped me out.
He creeped you out.
I like refused. Like I don't know. Like I was like, do not.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of Pee-wee's Playhouse, which makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god.
If that doesn't explain my whole personality, like
That explains every makeup look you've ever done.
it explains every facet of my life.
When are you gonna turn yourself into a couch? Just
So I don't know. Tonight, let's go. I would say I was affected by Amy Winehouse's death pretty strongly.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a rough one. I remember.
I believe we're the same age, also.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough
You
one.
mean
was
she
rough.
would have been like? Because didn't she went in her late 20s, right?
She was 27. She was
27?
part of the 27
Okay.
crew. Yeah.
I'll say like when I was a kid, this didn't get me as much until now, if this makes sense. And it's this here, Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
remember as a kid hearing my dad talk about it and my mom.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Phil Hartman's wife fucking shot him in his sleep. It was like a whole fucking thing, and it's one of those things like I can go back and watch a Phil Hartman movie or see any of his stand up or any skits or anything that he's ever done, like not stand up, like his Saturday Night Live stuff and stuff. And it's so good. Like I really liked Phil Hartman, and like everything you watch Phil Hartman in fucking Jingle All the Way, where he's the villain of Jingle All the Way, but like he's just like the fucking creepy neighbor that's like hitting on the wife. Like he's so good in everything. So like I feel like as now I'm more affected by it than I was like hearing about it as a kid. 'Cause now I have a more of an appreciation for Phil Hartman now.
Yeah. I would probably say that mine was kind of Tom Petty, just because like growing up, he was my first cassette tape.
Aw.
Like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Full Moon was literally my first cassette tape, and it was because my brother gave it to me. And so like I've always had like a really close connection with his like the whole association thing, and especially with Tom Petty. And then to hear that not only, you're like, you get the news and you're like, oh, Tom Petty's dead. And I'm like, oh my God, like, that's so terrible. Like, I really wanted to go see one of his concerts before, because he was getting older. But then they're like, oh, wait, he's not dead. And then we go through this emotional ride because he had like, I think he had a stroke. And like he was in the hospital, but everybody was reporting that he was dead. And then he died later that day. And so you literally experience his death like twice. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of happened with Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about that.
I know.
Carrie Fisher was a sad one.
Another one for me that wasn't. So the funny thing is, there's a lot of them for me that I feel like I wasn't around when they died, or I was too young. Mm-hmm. So therefore, like, for instance, I get really sad reading up about like Freddie Mercury's life, and I like Freddie Mercury, and I think he's so fucking talented.
Yeah.
So hearing how he went out was like that. It's really sad, but at the same time, it's also kind of fucking uplifting. Like, I think one of my all-time favorite fucking stories with him is the fact that while he's literally dying from AIDS, he sings that song, "The Show Must Go On," which was written by fucking Brian, the guitarist, and he's literally losing his vocal cords at this point because he has AIDS. It's the early '90s at this time.
There's no
it's a death
treatments.
sentence.
Yeah.
Like early '90s AIDS, late '80s AIDS. It's an absolute death sentence. He recorded the song. They were literally begging him to stop singing it because his throat started bleeding.
Yeah.
So he literally takes a fucking shot of like whatever like brandy or some shit, does his bullshit like, "Oh, I'm gonna get through this, darling," and then fucking kills it and literally shredded his vocal cords when he did it.
Yep.
That's the song that we hear when you hear "The Show Must Go On," and then he died 3 weeks later. Like, that is insane. Like, that is someone so fucking committed to their art and to their work and to what they're making for other people that even at the very end, he's like, "No, I'm fucking doing this," and he fucking pushed through so I read that stuff and I'm like, I get affected by it or reading it or hearing interviews or hearing people talk about it. I do see a lot of people talk about The Crocodile Hunter as another one that got a lot of people too.
Yeah.
And I feel like especially like people who are around our age, who kind of grew up watching him as a kid, and then, oh, there goes, fucking freak accident. But I thought this would be like an interesting topic, not to be depressing, but more or less just to kind of like, there's a lot of times where like you get a lot of enjoyment out of like revisiting these people's work after they're gone. You kind of go back like, and it's sad, but it's still like you get an appreciation for it.
I know one that hit me when I was younger was literally finding out about Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that one
was completely senseless.
That one
Selena.
That one hit me really hard just because like that was. I don't know if the user error is the right word. It was literally the plane was too overloaded.
Yeah.
And because they were shooting the music video.
Yeah.
And it was overloaded and it didn't have to be. They literally didn't have to load it that much and it crashed.
I think one of the worst things, this is also similar to like Kobe Bryant and his daughter. Mm-hmm. But I think the worst part about hearing about any celebrity that has died because of a plane crash is most of the time it's always the fault of the people that are supposed to be keeping them safe.
Yeah.
It's usually like always something like, always
the people that are trying to make another quick buck. Like, shuttle them. Safety doesn't matter. Just get them on the next thing. We got to go.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's like, they were told not to fly because it's foggy, or, we just got to get back. We really got to get to the next show. We got to get to the next town. They're getting pressured by their manager to fucking get there or some shit. Oh, but it's really foggy. There's literally we're in Hawaii and there's a fucking storm.
Set up to a scary movie, and you're like, well, we know how this ends.
Yeah, and it's like it's always a fucking situation like that. I know one that like another one that like I kind of think is just a damn shame, but I know it got to my dad was John Candy.
Yeah,
Candy.
That's and it's like there's so many of these like good comedians that you can go and like. I mean, Chris Farley was another sad one too. But like you can go like you look at their stuff and it's just like, God damn, like I want to know what they would have continued to make. That's I want to know what they would.
Dude, these comedian deaths are the reason why you got to check in on your funny friends.
For real though.
Like.
Yeah, I mean now.
No, it's true, because the funniest people they're funny because it's like it's not necessarily a joke.
Yeah.
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 I mean, that's
it's not a joke.
That's the biggest fucking thing with Robin Williams. You know, that he is the tried and true testament to check in on your friends, especially your funny friends, and check in on the friends that are the fucking put together friends. Just check in on your fucking friends, because half the time most of the time nobody's checking in on anybody.
Yeah.
And even if they're the most well put together person, fucking just reach out to people and be like, yo, you doing all right? But man, if they're the funny friend, whew.
It's trauma, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to say that out of all like celebrity deaths, the one that I remember exactly where I was Robin Williams.
I remember where I was too.
I was literally getting out of the car to go to the Dole Plantation for the first time in Hawaii. And I got like, at that time I had like news notifications on my phone that went off constantly. And I saw the notification right as I was getting out of the car to go inside. And I was like, I was just standing in the middle of the parking lot like, are you kidding me?
You can't be happy to go to Dole and...
I know, right? I can't enjoy this pineapple ice cream now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
The Dole Whip.
The Dole Whip. That and Chris Cornell's. Chris Cornell's death was hard because I was a huge fan, and then Chester literally doing the same on Chris Cornell's birthday. They were really good friends, and that's another reason why people need to realize that these events,
it's a chain reaction.
It's a chain reaction, and you definitely once one friend does it, like, you need to check in on your other friends.
Oh, you know who got me I still think about it sometimes. I'm like, oh my God. Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
So I've been in the hospitality business for almost 20 years, and I never met him, but I know tons of people who did. Like I have been in like the New York City restaurant scene for pretty much all of my life. So like I'm like the youngest of the dying crew of old school asshole restaurant workers. You just can't be like me anymore. And I didn't know him personally, but again, like I know people who have worked with him, did work with him, met him, et cetera, and he really was like a bastion for like the industry, because it's riddled with drug abuse and addiction and mental health issues, and no one cares about us.
Yeah,
you know. I know that one definitely affected me a lot, because I felt like he was part of my circle in a way. Like he was trying to advocate for us when no one does. Literally no one gives a fuck. And the week that he died, I where I work now is near Leal, where he used to work, and it's sort of near there. It's in the same neighborhood. And what's her name from the Food Network with the blonde hair? It's like a mohawk.
Oh God, I don't know.
You know who I'm talking about? Well, anyways, one of the Food Network chefs, right? Okay. She came to my bar. I knew exactly who she was right away, but I knew also why she was there, because it was like the same week. And she came in with a friend, whatever, and she just got blasted at my bar, and I just kept pouring. Normally I'm very like, are you okay, man? Like, I knew why she was there.
Yeah.
And I kept the Tito's flowing because she was
grieving her friend.
She must have been visiting the restaurant, because it was like in the same neighborhood. And it was so sad.
There's actually a lot of people in this thread that talk about Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain,
yeah. Like, and the thing is, I never watched any of his stuff, and it's one of those things I kind of want to go back and see it now, just to kind of understand why everybody enjoyed Anthony Bourdain so much, because I literally have no idea. I've never actually seen anything besides the fucking commercials.
It was like his deliveries were Gordon Ramsay level, but not the tone. You know what I mean? Like, he's an asshole, but you don't know he's an asshole until you like think about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had that way about him. He was so witty.
Yeah.
And charming.
Of spotlighting the people that like work in the industry that are invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
back of house, the bussers, the runners, the people that keep the food prep people, the line cooks that aren't the head chef, the people that actually run a restaurant and work in the industry that no one pays attention to, not the owner, not the head chef, the people that are working.
Yeah.
And he advocated for them. And yeah, that shit hurts.
And honestly, like when hearing you say that, it's kind of interesting. I'm thinking of like any restaurant shows I ever see, right? Where like they're trying to like fix the restaurant or whatever, right? The first fucking thing they usually do is shit on all the fucking employees.
Yeah.
You know, like it'll always be something like not the cooks, but the actual like people running around, like doing. That's one of the first things that gets like shit on is like them, like somehow they're bringing the quality of the restaurant down. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
That one sucked.
That was my Ask Greg. I thought it'd be fun to talk about. I mean, it's like a little depressing, but it's not like the worst. Like, I mean, and in regards to us three here, you know, we got more to talk about at this, so it's all good. Now for everybody else listening, sorry, but you know what? Come yell at me in the gilded.gg/everyonesuckshere. You can yell at me for bringing you down.
Bringing it down.
You know, I want to give a special little, this is only going to be one-time thing, so you got to be listening right now in this one little episode, right? A special little shout-out to our very first Gilded members who joined, who are part of the Royal Refuse.
Our early adopters.
Our early
Royal
adopters.
Refuse.
Yeah, basically that was everybody who listened to the live show. And they listened enough to the point where they heard the news. Because obviously we announced on the live show, but we said that, you know, by the time the live show went live, everyone's allowed in. But if you got a little special title, just a little early adopter title for coming in that first week. So, you know, all you guys who did that, we appreciate you. We appreciate you for jumping on board right away. That means a lot to get that popping and going for us. So, and obviously thank you to everybody else who listens and who's going to join as well anyway. You all get to be the little dumpster divers, so.
Little dumpster divers.
Little dumpster
Little
divers.
trasherinos.
Little trasherinos, yeah. So we got that's all.
Pandas?
Oh my, that gives me an idea.
Oh no.
So I'll tell you as soon as we're done recording.
Oh my god, he
So-
does it every time.
Listen, I'm a fucking man of
It's an honor.
ideas.
You're a man, all right.
I'm a man of ideas. All right.
Oh my god.
You guys are just got to deal with it.
Okay.
So, all right. We will catch you guys this coming Wednesday for a full episode of Everyone Sucks Here. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at ESH Podcast. You can write us an email at contact@everyonesuckshere.com, or you can join the newly created Gilded, gilded.gg/everyonesuckshere. You can also get that on your phone, Android and Apple, so iPhone. Okay. Bye.
Bye.